saw a bit of rain yesterday. We're looking at a radar loop from yesterday. This is the meso-low that brought some of those showers early in the morning, persistent to the afternoon. And this is the cold front that brought through, bringing in those thunderstorms we started to see. And we saw a good amount of rain overall, too. So if you look closer, you can see some of the lighter greens here are about less than half an inch of rain. Once you get into the dark greens, you're getting over an inch. And once you get into the yellows, and especially oranges, this is where we're getting closer to 2 inches. So some spots saw a good amount of rain, especially as you're looking around an Aiken, around the Iron Range, and around the Twin Ports. This is kind of where the areas saw the most rain overall, getting probably closer to an inch. So decent amount of rain, and it won't be the end of the rain. As you look here at a larger view here on our satellite radar, you notice even though the cold front has passed through, we have another little disturbance right here now. This isn't going to bring much rain at all. You can see here is making its way through International Falls, kind of moving in a decent pace, so it'll probably make its way to the Twin Ports by the time we get to the early afternoon, but just some scattered showers really expected through today, so really not too much, not much to cause much disruption through the day. Now, if you do look here at our rain totals, though, you will notice that we'd see up to half an inch of additional rain possible going, especially south of the Twin Ports, going into the UP there. And I'm pulling this out through into Saturday morning, so it gives you an idea that we're going to have a bit more rain coming up this week, and we will. In fact, we're going to see a good amount of rain, more widespread shower makes its way through as we get into our Thursday. So a bit of a break today before the rain actually starts to pick up back up as we get into Thursday. And this is because even though we have this system right here churning away just to our northeast, bringing some of those showers, we're going to see a little secondary system move down. And all of this is just going to help bring in not just some rain, but some cooler weather as well. And it is going to be quite cool. In fact, if you're looking here at those winds, you'll notice they're going to be completely out of the north for the most part as we continue through the week, bringing in that cooler weather. And these winds are going to be pretty blustery. We're talking 25, 30 mile per hour gusts at times, especially along the North Shore. And as we pull this forward to Friday, you'll notice it's not going to end. Thursday might be a little bit lighter on the winds, but still pretty gusty. And then Friday, we're looking at winds probably gusting well over 30 miles per hour at times on Friday out of the northwest. So the winds are just going to continue going, continue bringing in that cooler air. And that's why highs today are going to be into the 50s for most of us. And as you get into northern parts of Minnesota and maybe in some inland locations into the UP, staying into the 40s overall for those highs. So staying quite cool. Overnight lows, we're talking 30. So keep an eye on some frost potential there. And look, as we go through the week, we're going to be staying cool. And even into the weekend, by the time we get to Sunday, we're looking mostly at 60s for high, low 60s before we're finally getting closer to normal by the time we get into next week. And Sunday does look pretty nice. You know, if you're a fan of summer, maybe you want to get a little bit warmer than this, but if you're looking forward to fall, Sunday might be the day, because not only are we going to be seeing those highs into the low 60s, so still cool but more comfortable, we're also going to be seeing quite a bit of sunshine. So definitely enjoy this weekend, as it's just going to give us a really nice taste of what we expect for fall. And then as we start to hold forward into the beginning of next week, it looks like we might see a rain chance as we start to move forward. We have to keep an eye on that. There's a bit of disagreement on the models, but it is a potential is there. And so looking at our 7-day forecast, it is going to be a wet and cool one as we go through the remainder of the week. As we get to the weekend, we'll finally start to dry up and gradually start to warm up before our next storm chance might be making its way in at the beginning of next week.